Hey guys, good evening. My name is Zach Bowman. It's 7:13 p.m. on January 6, 2025. We are going to start with a video. And to get started, we're going to have a quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say in this video should be taken as financial advice. I have no idea what I'm doing, and you should consult with a professional before doing anything with your money. With that being said, we are going to look at the price of Bitcoin in terms of a new house. I've gone through this chart many of times. When we look at the price of a house in terms of Bitcoin, we can see over the course of 13 years, it has dramatically gone down. When we look at the price in 2012, it was 44,000 Bitcoin to buy a house. Today, it cost less than 5 Bitcoin. Less than 5 Bitcoin to buy a house. Less than 5 Bitcoin to buy a house. So Zach, you're telling me I bought 5 real estate properties. Sure, you have a good amount of money with those at $200,000 a pop, hypothetically. But if you invested in Bitcoin instead, you'd be able to buy even more houses with the profit that you would have gotten. So I think it's an interesting exercise to look at this every day and just see that the US dollar in terms of Bitcoin is down 43% this month. Crude oil down 51%. Gold down 55%. According to the current price of Bitcoin now. S&P 500 down 46%. The US median new house down 71%. If we look at MicroStrategy, even though their stock's going up, in terms of Bitcoin, their stock is going down. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. It's going down. Bitcoin is the best financial asset to buy, not financial advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. In 10 years, I'm going to be watching these videos, laughing at myself, kind of like Jeremiah Da Vinci does right now, to everyone who didn't listen to his video in 2013. When we look at global assets by market cap, we can see that Bitcoin, it's hunting season for Bitcoin. It's going after Amazon next. Yep, it's hunting season. That made me laugh. Yeah, we get back up to 108,000 per coin, and yeah, bye Amazon. See you later. And then next is Google, and then next is Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, and gold. It's going to happen, not financial advice. When we look at the price of Bitcoin today, we can see that it substantially went up today from, I think it was 98K to 102K. So if you bought earlier today, you made some money. If you bought a week ago, you made even more money. If you bought a month ago, wow, yeah, you could have made some money or lost some money if you sold. The thing is, guys, when you're looking at buying an asset, you got to zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. We can see that the price of Bitcoin was 47 grand last year. When we look at all, I mean, guys, this chart is healthy looking, not financial advice. Even if it drops back down to 50K, who cares? It is a good asset to hold your money in. Look how fucking up we are. Pardon my French. When we look at the price of Bitcoin in terms of the rainbow chart, we can see that we are still in a conservative green trajectory. It's going to get into different zones before it hypothetically crashes. We can see that around the following February of the year after 2020, the halving cycle, guys, the next log is in between 100K and a million, not financial advice. I don't know how else to describe it. We have a log here. We're below $10,000. Halving jumps up a log. 7,000 or 6,000-ish at the low. 60,000 jumped a log. What's going to happen now? The price is at 60K low or before the halving. Is it going to jump up to 600K? I don't know. I have no idea. However, the math supports this area. You can't say that it's not fair or it's not possible for this asset to happen. You didn't think it was going to get to $100,000. What's to say it's not going to get to $1 million or $10 million? Not financial advice. Hey, Bella. Another chart. Log scale. 2040. This is how I plan on retiring my kids, not financial advice. The only way to make money, that's outside of, working a job and creating something for somebody to consume, is to invest your money in profit building assets. So buy a company, buy a stock, buy bonds, buy treasuries, buy crypto. I don't care what you do. Stop drinking alcohol and invest in your future, not financial advice or lifestyle advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. When we look at the MicroStrategy portfolio, we can see that they are up over $17 billion on their investment. They're up 64%. That's not too bad. Their daily cost average is 62 grand. And yeah, it's look at how they're being consistent. They are consistently, okay. So back in 2020, they acquired 21,000 Bitcoin. Amount 21,000. They paid 11 grand per coin. 250 million. The current value of that is 2.19 billion. They're up 1.9 billion on that. They're up 700%. They're up 60% on this buy. Their last buy, they're up 8% already. Oh God. I truly think that I could be a crypto financial advisor, not financial advice. This stuff just makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it. They're up 17 billion. El Salvador is doing the same thing. Look at them. They're up 122% from their buy here, and they only bought 782 coins. It'll be crazy I think one coin is ultimately it's an infinite amount of money if you just hold on to it, not financial advice. You can't put a price on an asset that has a fixed supply. We don't know what's going to happen. You can mine more gold, you can mine more silver, you can build new houses, you can breed more livestock. You can't make more Bitcoin. When we look at the Bitcoin exchange balance, we can see that Coinbase is crushing it right now with 700,000 Bitcoin. However, over the past 24 hours, they sold 1,700. Past 7 days, they say they sold 8,900. Over 30 days, they almost have sold 50,000 Bitcoin. Who are buying these? BlackRock, Fidelity, MicroStrategy, the USA potentially, if they make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And this is not a political channel. I'm just following what smart money is doing. If a different foreign government establishes a Bitcoin reserve for us and buys 51% of the supply, they essentially will have a monopoly and be able to, actually, no, they won't be able to control anything, but they'll be the wealthiest. They will be a world bank. They will be a world bank. And I think it just it allows individuals to buy individual Satoshis. And I think it's giving you a opportunity of a lifetime to access money that these corporations are taking advantage of the average consumer on a daily basis to make. You don't need to make $50 million. I mean, I guess you can make $50 million, but I don't know. I just want to make enough money to live, survive, travel, give back to the community, and work my ass off every day. That's literally all I care about. The only thing I care about is making content, working hard, helping my boss grow a brand, and just being an authentic person. And I hope you guys are doing something similar. All right, so we are going to pull up my hypothetical Bitcoin calculator. And we are going to hypothetically put in some more numbers, and we're going to see what happens. So, theoretically, I have invested this year 0.02967718 Bitcoin. Okay. So, I'm doing this live. I'm looking at my chart right here. My total Bitcoin is 0.0296. I put in the exact amount that I have accumulated since 2025, and I plan on continuing to buy $50 a day of Bitcoin, or $16.80 a year. We're going to use the annual price growth of 13%, similar to the CAGR of the S&P 500 last year. Annual inflation, 2%. And hey, I'm an easy to deal with guy. I only need 50 grand a year to survive. Like, you might say, Zach, you're crazy, but no, I am efficient with money. I'm going to make more than that, but I don't need more than that to live. Got to live below your means. That's why certain individuals are super rich in life. Look at Warren Buffett. He still lives in the same house. I mean, okay. So, okay. So, Zach, we are looking at, okay, I hypothetically will be able to have enough money to retire at the age of 46. The total amount of Bitcoin that I will own at that point in time, given that I have invested 0.02967718 Bitcoin, I will have accumulated 1.19185604 Bitcoin at the age of 46. Theoretically, if the price of Bitcoin grows by 13% year over year, in 15 years, Bitcoin price will be $638,481.08. I will be able to retire at 46. Not financial advice. The goal is not to retire, guys. The goal is to be able to have your money working for you. Invest in something that grows, not depreciate. So regardless if that's crypto, the Magnificent Seven, mutual funds, precious metals, cars, houses, I don't care what it is. Stop drinking alcohol, stop wasting money on stupid shit, and start buying something for your future. If we look at 20% growth, by 41, I'll be able to retire. The annual CAGR of Bitcoin over the past 15 years has been 88%. Hypothetically, given the numbers, and if the math holds true, and it's not going to because no chart is perfect, every model breaks and is disrupted at some point. I don't know how the power law is going to function based on what it's at right now, given the fact that BlackRock has a 1 to 2% allocation in Bitcoin. What happens if they bump it up to 5 or 20%? What happens if the US buys 1 million coins? One coin, I mean, El Salvador is buying 1 coin a day. I know it sounds crazy. The most imperative thing that I can think of doing outside of work, doing things for your family, and just like breathing is trying to buy some Bitcoin. And I will see if I'm right in however many years it takes based on the evidence that I'm providing to you and the value that I'm trying to convey to you through YouTube. So if Bitcoin, given that Bitcoin has reached 100K, I think it's fair that Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million in the future, not financial advice. It could take 5 years. It could take 10 years. It could take 50 years. It could take 100 years. Regardless of how long it takes, I think it's worth the low risk of not drinking alcohol, not gambling, not playing fantasy football, having a regular leaded gas car instead of premium. Little things add up, guys. Like, I'm guilty of it. I've wasted a lot of money. No more. No mas. So, let's say, Zach, you're crazy. It jumps 100%. I'll be able to retire at 34 with 0.1562418128 Bitcoin. And that's just given an initial investment of like $3,000. I know that sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. You guys are wasting $3,000 a year on stuff. I guarantee it. Not financial advice. You're wasting precious time and resources on bullshit, and you know it. I know it. I've done it. I've lived a great life. Like, I have had a blast. I've had fun. I've had a lot of shit times, but overall, I mean, I can't believe I'm on day 29 of no alcohol. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy what you can accomplish in a year if you make your goals 30 days each and you build on them. I'm trying it this year. It seems to work so far. Instead of just saying, like, I'm going to do X, Y, Z by specific date, like, let's do one thing at a time. Let's invest $100 a month into something. And let's do that for a year. Let's commit for a year. Let's call one person a week that we used to hang out with and see how they're doing. And how can you, my goal is to live presently every day. So if something ever happens to me, I know that there's no regret or, damn, I should have done that today. Like, I live presently, and I encourage you to do the same. So, looking at Twitter, Rajat Sani's got some interesting stuff, and I really think he has an interesting perspective, and I'm going to read some of the stuff he says. So hopefully one day I get to talk to you, Rajat. You're a beast. I 100% agree with a lot of the stuff you say, and I'm going to read some of your stuff if that's okay. I've spoken to people who sold all their gold for Bitcoin, but I've never spoken to anybody who sold all their Bitcoin for gold. Bitcoin's price is going so much higher. We've never had an asset with an inelastic supply before. If home prices go up, developers build more. If stocks get too expensive, the company issues more. If gold gets too much higher prices, more gold is discovered. No matter how many people want more Bitcoin, the supply won't increase. The only way to get your hands on some will be to pay for it with your resources, time, energy, raw materials, etc. In this thread, I'm going to address some questions I get regularly. If Bitcoin is the best money, why do we value it in dollars? How can we use Bitcoin as money if it's not stable? How can we use Bitcoin as money if it's too slow? Most of the world does not understand money. We are brainwashed to believe that pieces of paper issued by governments must be used as money. When you combine this with the fact that 99% of people have no idea what Bitcoin is, how would we use Bitcoin as money? We are very early. The world collectively spends and assigns value in currency, in fiat currency terms. Changing that will be a complete paradigm shift. How did people react when we moved from checks to credit cards, candle lights to light bulbs, mail to email? Change never happens overnight. I mean, look at it. We're watching YouTube TV now instead of direct TV. Everything is getting disrupted at some point. Everything will get disrupted. Bitcoin will probably get disrupted. It may take a few decades, but we start using Bitcoin to assign value to every other goods and services. In the meantime, more people are learning how Bitcoin works. Eventually, we won't be assigning a US value to Bitcoin. We will be assigning a Bitcoin value to US dollars. Bitcoin is only volatile when priced in government Bitcoin is only volatile when priced in government issued currencies. The market price just keeps going up over time. Since Bitcoin is the scarcest asset we have, its value will go up forever. There's no limit to the supply of fiat currencies. The only accurate way to value Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. While we use fiat currencies, Bitcoin's price will never be stable. 1 Bitcoin equals infinite USD, infinite euro, infinite CAD, infinite won, infinite pound. It will rise forever until the world agrees that only 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Not financial advice. Right now, Bitcoin is an excellent store of value. Every 4 years, Bitcoin's value is increasing. As more savers start to understand this, they will start using Bitcoin as a store of value as well. As more Bitcoin is locked away, price continues to rise. New people are willing to use their Bitcoin as a medium of exchange every year as their purchasing power rises by orders of magnitude. More merchants will accept Bitcoin as a medium of exchange over time as well, so they can earn a superior form of money instead of accumulating fiat. In my honest opinion, in a few years, dollars, pounds, euros, won, etc., the price of Bitcoin will be so high that it won't make any sense to price Bitcoin in anything else. That's when Bitcoin will be the most stable asset in the world, increasing purchasing power at the rate that productivity is improved. Bitcoin is intentionally slow at the base layer. There's a limited number of transactions that can be done every 10 minutes on the Bitcoin blockchain to ensure that everyone around the world can run a Bitcoin node. Yeah, I mean, guys, $1 today is worth 0.00000098 Bitcoin. It's going to keep going down. Not financial advice. Yeah, yeah. What's going to be interesting is, I have this goal of investing 16.8K into Bitcoin every year with my income and with my job, and I am budgeting to afford that. I'm budgeting to make enough money commission wise to be able to afford the lifestyle that I want. I am saving money by not drinking alcohol and buying stupid shit and going on trips that are encompassed by alcohol. I'm going to be traveling this year, but it's not going to be at the expense of alcohol for the majority of the year. I'm planning on not drinking for the foreseeable future because I think it's just, I don't really see what the point of it is, because it just makes me an angry and a mean and sad person inside. I'm happy on the outside, but I'm sad on the inside. It's really weird. So, I mean, guys, If Bitcoin grows 100%, I mean, 13% is fair. 15 years of just working my ass off. And yeah, that sounds great to me. I'm excited. I hope you guys see the value in this, and I hope you're not watching this in 10 years saying, damn, I knew that kid in high school. He saw it before me. He told me about it, and he didn't tell me to do anything. So I know this is not financial advice. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I challenge you to just not drink as much alcohol and buy your favorite stock instead, or buy some land with your spouse or family or something else. Stop poisoning yourself with shit food, bad liquor, and just stuff that's not moving the needle forward. So I hope you guys have a great night. Shout out to my buddy Kyle Bird. He passed away in 2007. Today is his 32nd birthday. I am just so thankful to have known him, and I hope you're doing well, buddy. I am working hard every day to try to hopefully bring a smile to your face, and I look forward to seeing you one day in the future. And but for now, I'm going to just stay committed to my vision, and I hope I make you proud. So, Kyle, we love you, man, and I hope you guys have a great night.